Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Skybox. I'm Riley, and I'm joined by Tristan, also known as Geoffrey.
Geoffrey.
Do we have a fact about Geoffrey for this game session?
Um, his nickname's the Dessert.
The dessert, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Why do they call him the dessert?
I'll leave that up to you to interpret however
Oh,
you like.
mystical. Okay. So, this is a little bit of a bonus episode for those who are a little confused about what's gonna happen. Basically, the last episode, which was episode 2 in this series of parts, also known as episode 5, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle, and now we're going to replay what happened, but we're going to show it from Joffrey's point of view in the story and what happens and why it happens. So this should clarify the ending of the last episode. And of course, Tristan hasn't seen the last episode, so this is going to be completely genuine for his reactions. And yeah, so I will start it off where you guys left in the first episode. In episode 4, where you guys arrived at the top of this building. Arriving at the top of the stairwell, you see a man. He stands up from around the fireplace and salutes you. This, as you guys can tell, is a soldier from the war. It has clearly been a long time since he has been in battle, but unclear whether he knows if the Great War is over or not. He comes to Geoffrey and gives him a firm handshake while inviting you all to his home to cook a nice meal. He seems trustworthy in this world, but who really is? So he lives in a tent on the top of this building with a little campfire in front of him. With little seats set up around the campfire. And a couple of you guys discuss. How does Joffrey feel about this man on top of this building? The only man they've seen so far.
Joffrey's wary of him because Joffrey trusts no one.
Okay. So
And Joffrey speaks in the third person.
exactly. Okay. So Genevieve and our friend, what's his name? Wait, let me find it. James Finch. They have a little bit of a conversation with him, and as they're having this conversation, you get to see a better description of his appearance and his body. So, he is wearing dirty and cut-up fatigues. He's clearly been through a lot. He has long blonde hair and a mustache with scarred hands and bad knees. As your friends talk, you find out that he was too also on that ship that you guys came here on, and they said they would get him off if he could find the beacon. He arrived with 2 others, and they died trying to get to the beacon. And he won't mention how they died or the problems they faced trying to get there, but he said that he is done trying to find the beacon at this point.
Okay.
He seems exhausted by it. And he offers you guys to stay the night up here on the roof with him. As a group, you guys agreed to do that. But James Finch and Genevieve thought it would be a good idea to stay outside of the tent. I made an executive decision in the last episode that you also did not want to sleep within the tent with a stranger.
That is exactly how Geoffrey would proceed.
Okay. So, now this is where the stories diverge. So, you are woken from a dark dream where all you heard was echoes of James and Genevieve's voice talking about doors. You awake very, very slowly, but you awake to the feeling of someone grabbing you by the legs, and you realize this is Colbert Rosenhoff, the man who lives in the tent. He's dragging you by the ankles now, and this has fully awakened you.
Okay.
As he starts to pull you around to the back of the tent. You can now do something if you'd like to.
I want to try and break my legs free of his grasp.
You want to break your legs?
No, I just want to try and squirm out of his...
Okay. Yes, you can roll contortion. And that should get you out if you can succeed.
3. All right. Let's see. That's what I want.
Oh my gosh, just barely. Okay. You just break through and stumble to your feet. He's gonna take a swing at you.
All right.
Using his brawling. And he punches you square in the face.
Oh god.
You take another point of... I didn't know you were a little injured. Okay. And you take another point of...
I got scratched from the zombie.
Ooh. Yes, so speaking of which, as you get punched, he puts his whole body into it, and as he steps forward, you see on the inside of his left leg, he has a bite mark from a zombie.
Okay. Well, I'll take a swing at this boy.
Okay.
Just give me a second. My character sheet disappeared.
No problem.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, no, you hit him, and like blood comes out of his mouth, but a lot of saliva. He's like holding it in, kind of, like it's an uncomfortable amount of saliva. And just as you do that, he pulls out a gun, and he points it at you. And cocks it.
Okay. Geoffrey is a sensible man. Puts his hands up.
Okay. He now hears, and so do you. You hear your friends now getting up. And I'm not too I'm a little fuzzy on the details. I'm pretty sure James says something like "oh shit," and they come running around the side of the tent, and they see you and Colbert. The moment this happens, he grabs you with his arm, and he points the gun at you and starts to back towards the edge of the building.
Oh, yes, I see. Okay. Oh, I'm in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, I feel like at this point I might as well just continue with what
Yeah.
happens. So, Genevieve pulls out her gun. They exchange a little bit of dialogue, but it's a little early in the morning, and the details are a little foggy. But Genevieve shoots, and the bullet whizzes past him, and just as that happens, it scares him, and he drops you. The moment you're let go of his arms, you can see the concrete below on the street, on this side of the building. You can see the concrete below, and it is terrifying. But then you feel something grab your leg again. And this time it's not Colbert, it's James Finch. As he slides down, catches you by the ankle as you're hanging from the side of this building. Colbert sends a shot at Genevieve, and it whizzes right past her. Genevieve's gun jams, and Geoffrey kicks Colbert in the leg. With his leg, knocking Colbert over a little bit. By the time Colbert gets up, Genevieve has fixed her gun and puts a hole straight through his chest, and he falls off the side of the building.
Okay.
But so do you.
Yeah.
As you're as you fall to the ground, is there anything Geoffrey's thinking about at this current moment?
Well, shit. There's not much Geoffrey has to think about. Doesn't have any family or friends. I guess he just kind of
A cold life.
hopes he doesn't. Hopes by some miracle he hits the ground and doesn't perish.
Okay, well, it feels like a long time. It feels like almost time stops because of how little time there is that this may be the end. As you hit the ground, your body makes a loud slap against the pavement, and everything goes dark. And just wait. Okay.
F in the chat.
F in the chat for Geoffrey. Okay. You wake up in an abyss, a black room with nothing but 5 doors, and 2 of them are locked. The first one saying Galen, a bloody sword. The next saying Beth K, a neon purple star-shaped light. The next saying Sparrow, a rusted cog. The fourth one saying Blink, which has a picture of a large eye with eyelashes made of thorns. And the fifth one being appropriately named Final Breath, with a picture of an unlit jellyfish. Sparrow and Galen are closed, but the 3 other doors rattle, and you hear whispering behind every single one.
Mm-hmm.
You may move in this dream.
Okay.
Do any actions you please.
Well, um, um, I would like to approach which door?
I can list some of them if you want.
I'd like to approach the cog door
Okay.
and turn the knob, see what happens.
So, that is one of the ones that is not whispering. Um, but it's one of the ones. Or sorry, there's only one locked door. But that is the only one that's not whispering, and it is unlocked. So you want to open that door?
Yes.
Okay.
I wish to stay clear of the doors that are whispering.
Okay. Uh, you open the door, and this blinding white light overcomes you, and you awake face up on the pavement, and you can't move, but you can see everything.
Who?
You can't
Okay.
you can't speak. You can't do any motor actions right now. But you see James come up to you, and without controlling your body, you lunge for him, and you reach for his neck, trying to bite it. There's almost like this deep power in your body that's forcing you to take these actions. And James, in reaction, slams your head into the pavement. A little bit of brains go out the side.
Oh.
Gets up, squirms, runs away, and tries to take Genevieve's gun, but she refuses. In this moment is your chance to run away. You can take it if you want.
Alright, I will take it, yes.
Okay. Now you get to choose where you run away to on the map here.
Mm-hmm.
Now your goal was to get to this area.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fix that a little bit. Of course, you're in a little bit of a predicament right now, so I don't expect you to do that right now. But, yeah, feel free to choose a path that you'd like to go down, whether it's the street or you can go in between any of these buildings.
I want to run down that little alleyway to the left of my triangle.
Over here?
Yeah, towards the main road.
Okay. The one this way?
Not just further to the left.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you get about here before you gain control of your body again in full.
Okay.
And your skin feels cold, and a lot of your senses seem dulled, like you don't have a lot of control over the things you've done, but you're still 100% conscious and able to move around. Outside of this alley, you can see possibly hundreds of zombies. And if you were to look around the corner towards this black wall, you would see at least 50 of them just pressed against the wall, almost like trying to beat their way through this giant concrete barrier.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to try and just walk north to the next street.
Which way are you headed?
North-ish.
Like this way?
Yeah, up towards that street.
Okay. You see a lot less zombies. But you still see some that are roaming the streets. And I would actually like to get you to roll your investigation. Oh, you have a bonus in investigation. Crazy.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and search. And whichever one you succeed in will tell you which information you get.
1D plus 2. There's investigation.
Okay. Did that
I
did that work? Oh no! Oh no! 1d. You have to put 6 at the end of it.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, yeah, I see. Yeah.
I was like, how could you get
I was also
a 0 on a 6-sided dice?
There we go. That's a feasible number.
That makes more sense. Okay.
Search is just 1D.
Okay. So, from this location, you do see across the road, there are a couple of stairways that you can climb up. What are they called? Like fire escapes. Connected just in between the buildings. That could maybe give you a better advantage, but they are across the street.
Okay. So I want to cross the street to one of those buildings.
Okay. How would you like to go about crossing the street?
Can I look for a spot with as few zombies as possible?
Yeah, so you can kind of see like to the left, just in like this side of the road, they're kind of separate from the ones that are all the way over here, and then most of them are kind of hanging around over here.
Okay.
So this would be the clearest way, but there are still probably like 6 in that area.
Okay. I'm going to try and walk slowly and blend in. And if that doesn't work, book it.
Okay. So as you come out of the alleyway and onto the street, the zombies don't even look at you. They don't take a second to even acknowledge your existence. And everything seems safe. As you get about halfway through the street, you get really hungry. So hungry, in fact, that I'm gonna make you roll something.
Ooh, fun.
I'm gonna make you roll your just straight up reflexes.
Okay.
And I want to see if this is like how well you can control yourself. Okay, you critically failed. So your eyes whiten over, and you lose all control of your motor functions again, and you grab one of the zombies that's beside you and you rip him apart. You rip his limbs off, you rip his head off, and you just feed from his old rotten corpse, and it tastes disgusting, but it feeds your inner desires, and you feel almost like a part of you die after doing this, but not a zombie in sight pays attention to you.
It's not a favorite.
You can now continue.
Okay, I'll continue across the street.
Okay. You safely make it to the fire escape. Is your goal to climb up to the top of the building, or?
Yes.
Okay, so you get up to the top of the building, no problem. From the top of the building, you can now see, boom boom, wachow, there is a small shopping center. I called it a mall, and Stain got mad at me last time, because there were no malls back then. But it's a place where there are a lot of stalls and areas to buy your food, your appliances that they had back then, etc. And this is clearly the spot that the beacon is. Would you like to take a closer look, or would you like to go to it?
I would like to take a closer look.
Okay. Well, that's not quite your strong suit, but you can roll your search again.
Yeah. Just.
Okay. It just looks like a shopping area.
Yep. All right. We'll climb back down the building and get a little closer.
Okay. You can go between the buildings over here, or you could go on the street.
I'll go betwixt the buildings.
Oh, that was not on purpose. Technical difficulties. Just wait. Oh my gosh. What did I do? Okay, wait. There we go. I got it. So just as a idea, there is a bigger building, probably like about there. So you can sneak in between these buildings. And there is a little barricade kind of in this area as well. But it seems to be completely empty in this back area.
Can I get over that barricade?
So the barricade is about like 9 feet tall. It's solid concrete. But that doesn't mean you can't like roll a trash bin or something. However you would like to try and get out. It's a 9-foot concrete wall. It's exactly how it sounds. So little Berlin style wall going on. But like probably not actually as tall.
Kind of look around for anything to stand on.
Yeah. Just immediately around you, you can see there is a metal trash can. There's also a fire escape on the back of this building. I'm highlighting like over here. If you wanted to try and climb the building.
Yeah, I'll climb the building and see if there's roof access and a way to get inside, and then just climb down.
Okay. There is a ventilation system at the top of this building. That seems to be the only way to the top, besides the fire escape. So you can climb through the ventilation. This sounds like deja vu.
Oh, no. I'm not going to climb through the ventilation.
Okay.
So I'll head back down and I'll try moving the trash can.
Okay. I'll get you to do a lifting. Yeah, let's do a lifting. Just to move it over because it's a full metal thing.
Yeah. All right. Boop.
Okay. So you just barely get it over, and it is very exhausting for your weak, decrepit, kind of dead body. But now this container is beside the concrete wall. You might be able to climb up from this height.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try and climb over.
Okay. Okay, yeah, do some climbing. 3
Bam.
dice.
Oh.
Oh my god, you had it ready. Okay. You get your chest just over, and your hands slip, and you fall backwards. And you just kind of like land on the trash container again.
Mm.
Your body is not in the shape it used to be after that whole incident.
Yeah. That's one would imagine.
But you can try again.
And that I shall. Let's go again.
Okay. This time you do make it over. Getting over the wall. The moment you get over, you hear footsteps at a regular pace and two people talking amongst each other. In English, you understand them. Congratulations.
Okay. Congratulations.
I think everybody speaks English. I don't know. I had to check that. Yeah, everybody speaks English and Fringlish apparently.
I only speak Sanskrit. Sorry.
Yeah. So you're still partially in this little alley bit, but you don't hear any moans and groans of zombies. The only ones you hear are from the other side of that large barricade that covers the street.
Okay. Can I lean up against the corner and try and hide and see if they walk by or
Yeah. So you look around the corner and they're actually walking away down the street. I will get out my little indicator circle and we can use this for all future endeavors. They're walking down the street that way. They're the only people you can really see from this location, but you can see that there is a front door to the shopping area right over here. That seems to be just like wide open.
okay. See.
Oh yeah. Also, these guys have guns,
Okay.
like big guns.
I love guns, especially big ones. Okay.
And you have 2 knives. I just thought I'd remind you.
Yeah. Okay. I want to try and quickly but quietly move towards the front door.
Okay. So, I think I'm gonna get you to do a little, I guess, how do you want to do this first? Do you want to, like, do you just want to sneak past them, like just walk across the street as quietly as possible?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then just roll sneak.
What?
In reflexes, yeah.
Oh.
You critically fail.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So, this has gone a different direction. So, you get about here and you kick a can on the street that you didn't quite see earlier.
God damn it, Geoffrey.
The two men turn around and aim their assault rifles at you. And they say, "Who goes there?" And they're now staring directly at you, and they kind of slowly walk towards you.
I say, I'm just a drifter passing by.
They say, in their very thick British accents, they say, "A drifter? I don't think I've seen another person that's not within the safe haven for years. How'd you get here?"
My legs. At a boat.
And then his friend says, "Hey, he must be one of them pirates." And he says, "Are you one of the pirates?"
No, I'm not a pirate.
"Prove to me you're not one of the pirates, or I'll shoot you on the spot."
Have you heard me say "arr" yet?
And he cocks his gun back. He says, "Why are you here?"
I'm here for some kind of beacon thing.
They look at each other and they're like, "He must be the pirate." And then they're like, "1 second," and they turn to each other to discuss. You just hear a little murmuring. And they're like, "Oh, should we keep him? We put him in the cell. We have an extra cell." And the other one's like, "Well, we have like 18 people at this point. They keep sending more. They can't be pirates. They must be castaways." And they're not looking at you right now. So if you want to try and run away, you can. That is your choice. But you can just stay there to be safe if you'd rather.
I'm just gonna just hang out.
Okay.
Just chill.
So they turn around and the bigger one says, "All right, we're going to take you to a cell and question you further." And conveniently, they lead you into the shopping center.
Oh.
You get to this center square piece that has no roof. It's an open area and it's got a little bit of trees in the center there. And off to the side here, there's a little walled off structure that clearly used to be like a police station of some sort. And they put you inside this large room, and they slam the door closed and lock it. There are quite a few people who are in here as well, and they all seem really dead. They seem really dead, but they're not. They may be zombies. They may just be malnutriated. Is that the word?
Malnourished.
Malnourished. That's the word. Yeah. It's hard to tell, but There are also no windows in this place, and it smells kind of gross.
I would imagine.
Yeah, the people who locked you in go back outside and take their posts that they were once at.
Okay. All right. Can I try and pick the lock on the cell?
Yes, you can. So, what are you picking the lock with?
Lockpicks.
Do you have lockpicks?
I do have a lockpicking set.
Oh, crazy. Do you?
Yeah. I put it's under the advantages.
Oh, okay.
Equipment.
Oh, I was expecting to see it in my equipment. Or, yeah.
No, I didn't put it there.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yes, so you do have the lockpicking set. Look at that. Comes in handy. That's crazy. So, you can, you start to unlock the door. A couple people look at you, quite suspiciously, and quite excitedly, and you can make this lockpicking, roll. I think there's something called lockpicking, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 3d6 plus 2. Show me the money.
Oh my gosh! And you can roll it again to see how good you unlocked that door. Okay. So you unlock it good. They everybody who is in that cell, the moment the door unlocks, they all rush out. And you hear a couple people who start screaming, and some soldiers go "Oi!" and they start shooting. And you hear bodies dropping. But you can run out with them or whatever.
I'm going to try during this chaos to run deeper into the mall.
Okay. You break out, and you have enough time of distraction. And as you get to the center, this center area, this like large cylinder in the middle of the building, is blocked off with a couple of doors, that are also locked.
Well, I'll try and pick one of the doors.
Okay. Go for it. You can just roll like 6d6 plus 4 or something.
Right.
Since you have your lockpicking set and you, I'm saying that means you get to do it twice. So. Okay. Yeah. You do it good, and you unlock that door like it's nothing. And just as you unlock the door, let's see how this goes. Oh wow, I gave them quite a number. You get shot in the back.
Oh.
And that does. Oh. Okay.
I didn't like that.
So that does 8 damage. So that means, just let me. That's that one. 2, 3, 4, there, and 5. So you are mortally wounded. But you are not dead. You got shot with a rifle through the chest. Like there's a hole through your body now.
Well, it's always a plus to not be dead.
And you drop limp on the ground. But as you fall through into this room, you see right in front of you this massive glowing this massive glowing rectangle. It's got this circular base on the top and the bottom made of some sort of metal, and a large yellow white glowing rod that connects the two pieces, and a mesh that kind of goes around the outside to cover it, so you can see through this like metal mesh, and it's glowing super bright, and as you get closer you can hear this kind of low rumbling, kind of like a large bassy engine, but it's coming from this rod, and it's probably like a couple steps away from you, and you're just like on the ground.
Almost dead.
Almost dead.
Well, I guess.
You still want to get to it, right?
Yeah, so
Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna try and claw my way towards it.
Okay. So, unable to stand up, you can claw towards it, and since this is a very special scenario, I'm gonna say that the -3 dice to your actions will not count, but I will make you roll a couple of things here. So I'm gonna make you roll willpower.
Okay. 3. Willpower.
Okay. Then roll your physique.
Alright.
Okay. So this is interesting. So as you get close to it, you hear that whispering that you heard with the rooms and the doors in your death dream.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming from this beacon. And it's almost within reach. But this whispering is like throwing you off. It's trying to get you to stop. No, it's trying to get you to not touch it. Are you gonna continue?
I'm going to continue.
Okay. You are losing a lot of blood right now. And you can make one more willpower roll. Hopefully you succeed. Okay. I'm not gonna get you to keep rolling it. You seem content with trying to grab it. So, you are constantly like pushed away from it, like mentally. But you eventually convince yourself, and you tap it. And the moment it touches your skin, you feel all of the life come back into your body. You don't feel like a zombie anymore. You feel cleansed. You're lifted back on your feet, but that's not the part you're focused on, because what you're focused on is this giant beam of energy that blasts from the top of the beacon and blows a hole through the top of the mall, and enters the sky. It's this beacon is probably as wide as a satellite dish, just reaching into the sky, and it's really hot, and it actually blasts you out of the door back into the main part of the mall, and it fills the sky, and the clouds shake, and this deep rumbling fills the entire world, and then the beacon recedes up into the sky and drops down And as it drops down, it turns off, and the rod that was in it is now black, and the sky goes completely black, and all lights go out, including the sun.
Okay.
And there is now no light anywheres. The gunfire stops. Everybody stops at just to look at this anomaly. And in your hands is a much smaller, much lighter version of the beacon, blinking very slowly with light. The only light you can find. And that is where we'll end that episode.
Hot damn.
In the next episode will be the finale of this storyline, also known as Sparrow, and then we'll continue on to the next one. So stay tuned.